Thank you for joining us for this segment of Live Healthy. I'm your host, Lauren Collar. When you hear about heart disease, often it is thought of as a man's disease, but it affects many women's lives as well. Joining us today is Dr. Monique Sandu, an interventional cardiologist here at Trident Medical Center, to shed some light on the subject. Thank you for being here today.
Absolutely.
Often when you hear of heart disease, you think it's a man's disease, but it affects a lot of women's lives. Tell us a little about that.
Yeah, so you're exactly right. Unfortunately, heart disease sees no ethnicity and sees no gender, so affects essentially everyone. In 2016, our data tells us that greater than 410,000 women died with a cause of death attributed to cardiovascular disease. And percentage-wise, that's 49% of all deaths. If you take that number and compare it to the number of deaths attributed to cancer, accidents, and diabetes combined, cardiovascular disease wins out.
Wow. For women, are symptoms a little bit different? What do they need to look for?
Yeah, so it's a great question. Unfortunately, every single person's different, and that's women, men, doesn't matter age, that kind of thing. Classically, we think of heart attacks being the elephant on the chest, kind of radiates up to the jaw and down the arm, and that does happen, and that can be the symptom for many, many people, but unfortunately it's not everybody's symptoms. And diabetics in women are notorious for having a bit more of an atypical presentation than that elephant sitting on the chest. And so a lot of times it can be something as simple as a change in your exercise tolerance, so what you're able to do, particularly an acute change in how you've been feeling. Significant change in your energy level, fatigue, breathing changes, atypical chest discomfort, and very rarely it can even be something like intractable nausea and vomiting and those things. And that makes it tougher because obviously it's a lot easier to say, oh, it's not a heart attack, I don't have any chest pressure. But unfortunately it does present in a variety of ways.
Bottom line, stay in tune to your body, and if things start to change, take notice and take action.
You got it. You got it.
All right, thank you for joining us.
Sure.
And thank you for being here for this segment of Live Healthy.
Live Healthy is sponsored by Trident and Somerville Medical Centers and provided as a service to you and your family.